hi to you. This is Toby, Miss Sugar you'll meet later. I wanted to welcome you to semester 2. If you are returning and were with us for semester 1, yay, I'm glad to have you back. If you're new, I'm so glad that you're with us and I look forward to meeting you. Come to a help session, introduce yourself, say hi. So I just wanted to give you a couple tips and some preview of what's going to happen. There's Sugar. You can see her right there. She's crawling under the blankets. She thinks she's being cute. There she is. So I just wanted to give you a couple tips and a preview of what's to happen. So with all the excitement of the puppies, I forgot to tell you, my name is Mrs. Huber. And the first thing that I want to go over is some materials that will help you be more successful in language arts. The first and very most important thing that you want is a book that you will read. You can choose any book you want, so I would really recommend choosing books that you really want to read. You can choose books on paper. If you go to our Canvas homepage, you will also see there are links to our district online library that is always available. This is Sora. We can also add your Washington County library card. Everybody in the Beaverton School District has one. I can show you how to do that at a help session. Next thing you need is a writing notebook. Last semester we had a reading notebook, so if you would like to have a section in your reading notebook for writing, that will work, or you can get a new notebook. It could be small, medium, large, whatever you want to work on, or it could even be digital. We'll get more into your writing notebooks when we start our first writing unit in a few weeks. Just have some ideas in mind. The third thing that I would highly recommend is a cool writing pen. I personally don't like writing in pencils, never do it. These Bic ballpoint pens, kind of okay, but not my favorite. What I really like is these big thick pens. They're kind of easier. The gel pens, they're easy to write, they're easier to hold. What I really, really like is some colors. I actually need to go get some better colors for my cool writing pens because I've run out of all my favorite ones. So find something that you want to write with, find something that you want to write on, find something that you want to read. And the last thing is kind of optional. Love fun office supplies. I would recommend some sticky notes. Sticky notes are great to use in your notebook. It's great to use in your independent reading. And when they're fun, they're even better to use. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Canvas course. If you're in 7th grade, don't worry, the courses are laid out the same. It's just the content that is slightly different. This is our homepage. On the side, you will see a to-do list. Sometimes this to-do list goes to the bottom depending on how big your screen is. And it has the list of things that you still have to do. If you exit off, you won't see it anymore. Otherwise, once you finish it and submit it, it will go away. Next thing that I think is important is the reading resources. So here is that link to Sora that's always open. It's our digital library. You can, of course, add your Washington County library card for access to even more books. The most important place you're going to want to go to start this course is to go to modules. And you can click on the modules there, or there is the side modules here, and both of them will get you to the same place. In modules, you will see some things. If you are here in semester 1, you will notice that semester 1 content is down below. You do not need to finish semester 1. If you are new, you do not need to do semester 1. Remember, we are starting all the way over with semester 2. So we have new weekly plans. My first recommendation is that on Monday, you come and you open that weekly plan. So here is our weekly plan, and this is going to help you, I hope, figure out what you need to do and how much time you need to take. My recommendation is that you plan on 3 to 4 hours a week for language arts. What would that look like? Well, you might attend a help session. You're going to make sure that you spend time reading. Remember that independent reading book? Get into it. So I want you to write a little, and I do mean a little, that's why it's a little. Just a few jots to hold your thinking. If you're new, you might think about jotting down what's important here. What do you think about a character? What cool things are you noticing? Or anything else that you've maybe learned before about writing in a notebook and writing about your reading. Those are all great things. So the 3 assignments that you need to do, or the 3 lessons you need to do this week, you have your semester 2 questions and advice. That's what you're on right now. You're watching the video. Good job. Then you are going to add to the discussion. You're going to respond to 2 minutes. And this is a new feature I'm going to try and add, is like the estimated time of how long I think this should take. So I think this should take you about 15 minutes with the video. And I do always add a couple pro tips. Sometimes they're a repeat, sometimes they're not. Always watch the videos. Here's my pro tip. Since you don't have an in-person teacher, this is where the lessons are. In modules here. And my favorite new feature is the collapse all, because then I can just see, oh, really quick, this is what I have. If it says complete all items, it means there are things in there that I must complete for this course. You'll notice right now that there is no check mark on there because I haven't started it yet. For semester 1, I have a green check on here because that means I finished everything I needed to. And the red circle means I'm not quite done with that yet and I need to work on it. So how do you complete the things? Well, if you open the module, I'm going to click on this little triangle right here. I'm going to open the module and you have to do these in order. So the first one, the one that you started on right now, very good. You're going to open it as soon as you add to the discussion and submit the assignment. The next one will open. It's kind of like video games, right? You do the first level and then you go on to the second level. You can't just skip to the 5th level because you're awesome, which you are awesome, but I want to see how awesome you are. So make sure you do the assignments in order. Another thing that I've changed this semester is the study guides. So instead of having the study guides before the lesson, I've moved them to after the lesson. You can tell me what you like better, if you prefer them after the lesson or before. But just like before, when you get to the study guide, you can go ahead and open it. It is embedded in the Kami document right here, so you can just complete it using those Kami tools. And study guides are optional, but I highly encourage them. I notice that when students do the study guide, they tend to do better on the quizzes. So that's just a little bit about our language arts course. And remember, I am a resource for you, but there are also lots of Flex students who have great ideas and advice for you too, and we are a Flex community. If you don't know anybody at Flex, I would encourage you to come to a help session and start meeting people. Gain some study buddies, people that you can ask questions to in case I don't get back to you quickly, or you might just want somebody else to work with and talk to. So what you're going to do for our first discussion is you're going to start out with a reply. And to post to our discussion, you just want to click on the reply button, and then a field will pop up. You can type in a question. You can also use some other tools. One of the tools you might want to try is the record media if you want to ask your question verbally, or you can just type in. But what I want you to post initially, so the first thing that you're going to do is make an initial post. You're going to choose one of the following. If you have a question about our class, or you could post something about language arts that you struggled with, think you might struggle with and that you want some advice on. I would love some advice about what is your favorite pen. Or, for those of you who are returning, a pro tip, a piece of advice that would help others be successful in language arts. Like watch the videos. After your initial post, you're going to want to reply to at least 2 other posts with your thoughts, questions, or suggestions. You might try. I look forward to seeing what you post and seeing what you reply to others. And when you're done with that, take a study break, and then you can always use the next buttons or go back to modules and move on to the next thing. All right, language artists, I hope to see you soon. Bye.